Have you at any point seen an apparition? A large number of us have peculiar sensations about observing shadows or shapes out of the edge of our eye, just for them to vanish when we swing to look. And keeping in mind that you might be one of those individuals who isn't anxious about such a paranormal ordeal, did you ever stop and ponder exactly what sort of spooky phantom you experienced? Perhaps, as most people, you didn't considerably think about that there could be various types of phantoms out there. Be that as it may, the truth of the matter is, specialists in the field have assembled a rundown and meanings of the kinds of heavenly wonders that exist, and it might prove to be useful, particularly in case you're taken off on a Ghosts and Gravestones tour.
The tale of the Bunnyman Bridge is really outstanding for the individuals who live in Northern Virginia. The story that the vast majority hear is that back in the mid-1900s there was a refuge situated in Clifton, Virginia. Occupants weren't cheerful about such a place so near their homes, so they appealed to get the refuge moved. Eventually, every one of the individuals who were living in the haven were moved by transport. A mischance happened amid the transport ride, and everybody on board got away. Inside a couple of months, the escapees were found, with the exception of two men, Marcus Walster and Douglas Griffon. The police kept looking, and continued happening upon half-eaten rabbit corpses. Inevitably they found the assemblage of Marcus Walster by the Fairfax Station Bridge, today known as the Bunnyman Bridge. Trusting it was Marcus in charge of the rabbit bodies, they considered him the Bunny Man. While as yet scanning for the last missing man, Douglas Griffon, more rabbit remains were found. The pursuit was cancelled following a couple of long periods of no leads, and individuals expected the man had either kicked the bucket or left town. That is, until the assumed murders that happened by the scaffold. The story goes that at midnight, a few adolescents were hung at the scaffold while one who had meandered some separation from the gathering figured out how to escape safe. Stunned by what she had seen, and sputtering only gibberish words, she was in the long run accused of the murder of alternate youngsters and sent to a home for the crazy. More murder occurred in the 1940s, same as previously. Gathering of youngsters out on Halloween night searching for no particular reason. All are found dead. In the 1970s, 3 more individuals were said to have been discovered killed at the Bunnyman Bridge. Numerous individuals are wary about what has truly occurred around the scaffold with respect to the notorious Halloween murders. It's difficult to state in the event that anybody ever really passed on around the scaffold, or on the off chance that somebody just prepared a lovely darn great story.
Insane individuals place razor blades in apples and needles in Halloween sweet. Tragically, that is true. There have been particular, recorded cases about children being pricked by needles covered up within Halloween treat. In excess of 80 cases have been recorded since 1959, yet just 10 brought about even minor damage. The most pessimistic scenario was the point at which one lady required a few stitches. As a rule, it's typically in light of the fact that kin or companions were attempting to crack each other out. In 2000, however, a man in Minneapolis put needles in Snickers bars and gave them out to kids he didn't know. One kid got stuck, however insufficient to require medicinal consideration. The man dependable was accused of aim to cause demise, damage or ailment. Please be aware this coming Halloween, as you never know who might be giving you or your loved ones candy.
If you haven't heard of the Key of Solomon, then you are in for a real treat with this next bit of information. I know much about the Lesser and Higher Key of Solomon/Goetia. The books are from early medieval occasions. It isn't composed by Solomon, yet the sources from which everything is ordered are very old. Solomon was surely a warlock in old age. The Star of David was really Solomon's and it spoke to the religion of Baal, but since he turned into an agnostic, yes, Solomon was a renegade. God pardoned him, however. The Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley are an entire extortion, yet numerous essential men had a place with it. The principal thought behind the demon summonings in the Key of Solomon is that the seal of the called substance can be utilized as a type of control. This conviction comes from the way that God has never completely uncovered his name, yet rather has given a few with unmistakable characteristics. The story goes that Solomon figured out how to gather one evil spirit through his insight, and that he continued requesting sigils before discharging them. Thusly he gathered every one of the realms of the intensity of dimness. The greater part of the elements in the Goetia are Old Sumerian/Babylonic agnostic gods diminished to evil spirits. This isn't conflicting with the old Hebrew conviction classified in law by Moses later on that behind each symbol lies a dim power. The Key of Solomon is no major ordeal in the event that you solicit me. Anyone over the age from 5 can set up those pentagrams, write the sigils, consume the incense and see with their own eyes that it's all phony. Only a dreadful jumble of agnosticism mixed with medieval Kabbalistic legend and legend. If you want to experience for yourself, please repeat the following 6 times.
I am sure you have heard the story of Annabelle the doll. But another story just as chilling may be one you haven't heard before. In the event that a doll is known as a devil child, you simply know it will be unpleasant, correct? This malevolent doll story begins in New Orleans, home of voodoo and witchcraft. The zone is outstanding for dreadful legends and it's little amazement that the narrative of this doll happens here. Marie Laveau, as far as anyone knows, reviled the Lady of the Hour of a Scotsman, harking back to the 1800s, and the Lady of the Hour passed on in labour. In any case, the revival washed over with. The lady birthed the offspring of Satan, and the dad took the kid home. In spite of the fact that the infant was cared for by her dad until her passing, inhabitants dreaded the tyke extraordinarily. She was said to stroll in the shadows and panic occupants in the state, and they began to purchase entertainments of the infant with a specific end goal to keep themselves safe and avert malice. In any case, on the grounds that these dolls were made in the child's picture, they were said to be controlled. Remainders of these dolls can at present be discovered today, and new dolls are made from them. Be careful, however, as these are said to be spooky dolls, and the demon baby can in any case cause disorder, with the eyes proceeding onward their own and the dolls vanishing and returning freely.
Here is another action for you to attempt. There is a video on YouTube named Marina Mordigard Glesgov. In the event that you look up this, you will discover nothing. The few times you discover something, all you will see is a 20 seconds video of a man gazing eagerly at you, passive, at that point smiling throughout the previous 2 seconds. The foundation is vague. This is just piece of the genuine video. The full video keeps going 2 minutes, and was evacuated by YouTube after 153 individuals who saw the video gouged out their eyes and sent them to YouTube's fundamental office in San Bruno. Said individuals had additionally dedicated suicide in different ways. It isn't yet known how they figured out how to mail their eyes in the wake of gouging them out. The secretive engraving they cut on their lower arms has not yet been deciphered. YouTube will intermittently set up the initial 20 seconds of the video to control doubts, so individuals won't go search for the genuine article and transfer it. The video itself was just seen by one YouTube staff part, who began shouting following 45 seconds. This man is presently under consistent sedation and is obviously unfit to review what he saw. The other individuals who were in indistinguishable room from him while he saw it and killed the video for him say that all they heard at the time was a piercing boring sound. None of them challenged take a gander at the screen. The individual who transferred the video was never discovered, the IP address being non-existent. What's more, the man in the video has never been distinguished.